Yes, started now. It's visible, right? Slides are visible now. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. And if you start joining at late, again for every time I need to go back and I need to admit the students, those who are coming late. So it's my kind request, do not disturb the class after the session, because every time if you start asking for the permission to join there, so again we need to go back and we need to admit the students, so it is such a difficult task. So join, we'll be sharing the link just 15 minutes early of this session, so you can join at any time within the session time. Okay, I mean within that starting of the time. So we'll go with the presentation part now. So, which slide is there now? Can anyone please confirm? The first slide or module 2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Module 2, sir.
Module 2, sir.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Right. So, we were discussing about the construction management there. Right. So, management in the sense what? Managing each and everything which will comes under in any aspects, not only in construction part, even in most of the cases, how exactly you are going to manage the things. That one is most important in every field of engineering. Okay, and when you come with a particular part, that is construction. So construction management in the sense here, which are the things will comes in the construction part. Basically you all know that before starting any project work, they will be planning certain things like total budget is how much it is going to be cost for this to construct a particular building or particular road work or any civil engineering works you can take, right? And how much time it is going to be considered to complete this work, which are the start date, which are the end date, so what are the things you require, which are the resources you require for this. So each and every aspects will comes under in this construction management, and how many numbers of labors are required, how much bags of cements are required, which type of materials are required, and how you are going to manage the time. So certain things will be there in the construction management. And if you take a certain part in the organization member, for example you can take our own college, right? So there the hierarchy will be there from top management to the bottom management, right? This initially it starts with the chairman and then the board members and then the principal sir and then head of the department. On below that principal sir, dean academic sirs will be there, and then HODs, and then associate professors, assistant professors, and then like how exactly that hierarchy will be there, though same as that thing even in civil engineering aspects also, even in civil engineering field also a certain organization committee will be there. So how exactly they are going to managing that particular role, so each and every steps which will be there in this construction management. The main aspects which will comes under this construction management is, one is with the cost and second one which is with the time. So the major role what we can see throughout this entire construction management part, that is cost as well as the time. So even in future also the major part of this construction management will covers with respect to these two aspects, that is cost and time. Please keep in mind, these are the most important factors which can roll this entire construction management in the present era. So these are the basic course learning objectives. Wait for a second. Okay, so objectives are nothing but the goals of a particular system, right? So which are the goals we'll be having by studying this particular subject. So first, the students are going to understand the concept of planning, scheduling, cost and quality control, right? So here the main motivation of to learn this subject is you will be understanding the planning process. So planning process is nothing but what? So how exactly you are going to plan in a such a way that so you should not get any obstacles with respect to cost, with respect to money, and with respect to the execution part, right? So we need to do such a planning process so that each and every aspects whatever you will be thinking, so that one it should go smoothly. And then scheduling part. So scheduling part in the sense it's like a timetable in the childhood and all. You'll making certain timetable like I need to get up at this time, and I need to have the breakfast, I need to study school time, and then breakfast, lunch, right? So like that here also in the civil engineering field, that scheduling part will come. For example, first we need to construct with the foundation part, and then the plinth level will be there, and then the column, slab. So certain part will be taking certain durations and certain materials. So how exactly they are going to be planned, those particular activities in a such a way that the total durations will be coming to known by using these certain plannings. And then cost and quality control. So here in cost and quality control, it's nothing but the total budget, how much it is going to be considered by constructing a particular building or by taking any of the project work, right? And that total cost also you will come to know by using this construction management system. And then here the quality control. So quality control, the name only indicates that quality is nothing but that total, that each and every materials what it includes in that particular system, it's like a brand. Okay, so that certain quality it should be achieved in a such a way that that duration of that build that durations it should be reduced, and even that durability part of the building, so it should maintain properly, right? So it should be long lasting building or any other construction works, such that with respect to within the budget part you should achieve that proper quality control. So that one also you will study in this subject. And safety during the constructions, so might be have studied so many examples, right? That without safety how exactly it is going to be affect that entire duration part. For example, you can if a certain site which is not followed by any safety precautions, so might be some accidents may takes place. So if that accident after taking that after that accidents, that particular work which is stopped by that department, or by whatever the loss of people or labors will be there, so that work which is going to be stopped there, again it's like a bad mark to the company. Like that, this accidents or without considering any safety precautions, it is directly going to affect that entire duration as well as the cost of the project work. And organization and use of project informations which are necessary for the construction project. So these are the input data. Usually this one we will come to know by using the client, right? So client is nothing but the one who is the owner of that particular project. So he is going to decide what and all he required with respect to a proper budget, as well as with respect to that proper time durations. Okay, and here the second objective, that is inculcate the human values to grow as responsible human beings with a proper personality. So after studying this particular subject, this construction management subjects, so you need to work with you need to handle both the top management as well as the bottom management also, right? Because here you will see in all the departments, if you become a particular project manager for a particular project work, so that time you need to deal with the top management, even with the client, and even with the laborers, and even with the site engineers also, right? So here you will be dealing with top management to the bottom management system. So that time you need to handle the situations very carefully in a such a way that it should follow a particular human values. Human values are nothing but it's like providing a certain benefits or providing certain facilities to the laborers or to the site engineers or any other organization members, those who are present in that particular project work. So that here, after studying this subject, you can increase this human values, and even you will get certain responsibilities also, and keep up ethical conduct and discharge the professional duties. So here the practical things will get differ and professional things will get differ. So here you will be learning how exactly you can deal with the professional things. Okay. And then, so here we will be having 5 different modules in that module 1. So can you see this slide, module 1?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so in the module 1, you will be starting with this management part. So in this management, you will be studying the characteristics of management, and which are the major functions of this management. So by adopting this management, how exactly it is going to be works out in a particular system, and which are the main importance and why we require this management system in the construction process. So these all things will be comes under in introduction part of module 1, so that you will be studying the general things, how it is going to be works out in upcoming modules. Okay. And types of plans, different plans will be there. So not your plan A and plan B, not like that. Here plans is nothing but what, there will be certain types, so that each and every types will, I mean types of plans will get differs, that is based upon the referring system, based upon the cost and budget system. Okay, so that one you will be studying in the first part of management. And then coming to the next part, that is construction project formulation. So here you will be studying the exact structures of a particular construction project, and then the project organization. So organization is nothing but a particular committee. Okay, so committees will be having so many departments, and departments will be having so many responsibilities for a particular people, those who are working within that. And then different management styles are there, so that management styles also will be studying. And then coming to the next part, that is construction planning and scheduling. So here the basic things with respect to planning you will be studying here, and different types of project plans, and then the work breakdown structure. So if a particular work will be there, so how exactly it is going to be divided with respect to committees, or depends upon their specializations. For example, you can take any one function. So one person is good with the decoration, one person is good with managing the finance, one person is good with the catering part. So we are going to fix up those particular people in their particular criteria, I mean their specialized criteria. So that thing we can get assigned by using this work breakdown structure. Okay. And then different chart will be there to refer this planning and scheduling, and preparation of the network diagram. So this is most important in module 1. So only in this module you will be having the problematic part. Okay. And here this network diagrams and all, they are very easy. So even we are going to work out with respect to this network diagram. And here you will come to know that event and activity. So activity is different and event is different. So the set of activities we can call it as event. Okay. And then this based on its critical path, and the critical path method will be there. So critical path method, in the sense, it's like the maximum time consumption path in a particular project work, right? And PERT method will be there, and the concept of activity on arrow and activity on node system. So this is a most asked question in most of the exams, that is activity on arrow and activity on node system. Okay. And even you will be having one problem based on this the network diagram, which can carry around 8 to 10 marks. Okay. So which is very simple, you can finish it within 5 to 10 minutes. So you need to learn it properly with all those time activities. Okay. So these things we'll be studying in module 1. And then moving on to the next module, that is resource management. So basically here we'll be studying with the different types of resources. So resources are nothing but to construct a particular building, since from starting to end, or to construct any civil engineering field, we require certain requirements. Okay, so that requirements only we can call it as resources. For example, to construct any civil engineering work, first we require money, right? And then we require men, that is in the form of laborers, site engineer, project manager, like that. Okay, men. And then machines. Okay, first one is money, men, machines, and then materials. Okay, so there are four resources, all stands with M. Okay, money, men, machineries, and then materials. Okay, so and then time. So these are the five different resources which are most required in the civil engineering aspects. That is 4M and 1T, what we can call. So resources in the sense you need to think, that is 4M and 1T. 4M which stands for machines, man, material, and then money. Okay, and then time. So how exactly we can monitor these particular resources in the project management, I mean in one particular project, that one we will be studying in this module. So first we'll start with the basic concept of resource management, that generally what we require to maintain this resource management, and a different class of labors will be available. So how exactly we are going to take a use of those labors in one particular construction industry, and how exactly we are going to provide the salaries for them. For labors, basically it is on a daily wages, and statutory requirement, that is depends upon the class of labors, and then the labor production rate or productivity. So labor production rate in the sense, to complete one particular project work, how much numbers of labors are required. For example, you can take a foundation work, and basically it requires 10 people. Okay, so to complete that construction work you require 10 people. For 10 people it can take around 2 days, right? For example, if you have only 5 people, then it may take 4 days, right? So only five people are there in your resource part. So that particular 2 days work which can be completed by these 5 members in 4 days, right? So that is a lack of the labors there, right? So that is depends upon this productivity of the labor. And even you can, I will give you one more example. You can use the different labors for the different works in a such a way that in the meantime you can use those particular labors in the various fields. For example, as per the planning part, today it is going to be start with one work, and there are two different activities. You can take two different activities. One activities it can take 5 days, and one activities it is going to be take around 10 days. Okay, so here whatever the first activity which is going to carry around 5 days, so that 5 days, after the 5 days that labors will be available for other works, right? The same thing you can take that one for the second activity, and you can finish that one within 7.5 days, right? So like that you can plan, and you can compare with this labor productivity in the construction field. And here the major factors which are affecting this labor output or productivity, so that one also it can be monitored, like output or productivity. So that is depends upon the total estimation part of this labors. So for to complete a particular work, how many numbers of labors are required, which type of labors are required for how many days. So each and everything which is calculated by this project manager, so that he will come to know that exact resources, how much exact resources are required for this to complete the project work. And then the major thing which will comes under in construction part, that is construction equipments. So you can see so many equipments which are used in the construction industry, right? So just to the main reason to use this construction equipment is, even though the cost of the construction will get higher, but that whatever the work which is carried by the man handling people, I mean, this, what we can say, so instead of taking these equipments, if you have taken the labors and start doing the work, it can carry more days, right? So that is directly proportional to what, might be the cost may get higher, but that time you can reduce by using these equipments, and even the work will be very easier. Mr. Rohit Patil, this is not a time for to join the class. It's already half an hour. You're half an hour late. Rohit Patil, can you hear me? Okay. So here the classification of construction equipment. So which are the different types of equipments will be there, and depends upon the work productivity, right? And the estimation of productivity. So if you consider a particular equipment, so by using that equipment, in how many days we can complete that particular work. So that one also we can calculate by using this estimation of productivity. And here you will be getting a different class of construction equipments, that is excavators, dozers, compactors, graders, and dumpers. So this one you will be studying one by one in depth when we are studying this module 2. So here we'll be dealing with these equipments, that which are the main applications and how exactly it is going to be works out in the construction part. Okay. And here the estimation of ownership cost and operational and maintenance cost. For example, if you want to purchase any equipment, I mean, if you are using a particular equipment in the construction part of yours, that time you will be thinking whether I need to hire this equipment or whether I need to purchase. So for that, you are going to compare, or you are going to do the estimation, right? So in that estimation part, you'll be noting down first how many days we require this equipment, right? And after that, noting down the total durations which are used by that equipment, whether it is required in a longer days, whether it is required in a shorter days, right? So depends upon that we are doing the estimation. If you want to hire a particular equipment, you are going to do the calculations of that, and then if you want to purchase that particular equipment, what is the total cost of that equipment, and you are going to compare that both the estimation part, whether you need to hire and whether you need to purchase. So depends upon that you are going to choose that construction equipment. So that is comes under in a selection stage of construction equipment. And here this particular equipment will be having certain operational cost and even the maintenance cost. So that one also we will be studying in that equipment part. And here the selection of construction equipment and basic concept on equipment maintenance. So here different types of special equipments will be there. That special equipments we can be considered depends upon our own individual works. For example, here you want to purchase any equipment, there are standard equipments will be available in the market. If you want to go for the special equipments than the standard one, you need to give the order and you need to wait for a certain time, and in any maintenance case might be that parts will be available for that special equipment. So like that you need to go for the comparison between standard equipments and special equipment. So special equipment is nothing but it's like a modified one according to your own choice, right? So like that we can study about that standard equipment as well as the special equipment. And then the materials management will be there in the last part of this module too. So here in this we are going to note down how exactly we require these materials at which date. For example, if you take a larger construction work, so that time it is going to affect a lot. For example, there are set of activities will be there since from first day to last day, and you can take the middle portion. For example, you can take one example, that is for a particular project work it require 100 days to complete that. Okay, so that time you are not supposed to take any materials which are required for that entire 100 days. So that one you are going to divide with respect to week wise, with respect to month wise. So in this particular week we require this much amount of materials, so only that much amount of materials you can purchase. So that remaining part, that is whatever the materials are required, you can invest that one later on stages, I mean after that 1 week. So there 1 week you can easily save that particular interest of that remaining amount which are going to invest that entire part of 100 days. So like that we are going to take a particular system in a such a way that we are going to divide that entire material systems, and depends upon that week wise or month wise we are going to purchase those materials. So that one also will be studying there. So how exactly we are going to plan this system in the project management. And then the inventory management. So inventory is nothing but it's like what it includes all the different types of materials, right? So there are different systems are there, that is ABC analysis, and some other also there. So that comes under in inventory management. That time you are going to study that how exactly you are going to store the materials, I mean the required materials in a particular system. So the same thing you can manage that one in a well in manners in larger constructions. And this is module 3. So can this slide available, I mean visible to everyone? Module 3 slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, thank you. Okay, so in this module 3, mainly we are discussing with construction quality, safety, and human values. So construction quality, there are certain process will be there to achieve 100% quality in any work. So this comes under not only in construction work, it comes under in so many aspects to maintain a quality of a particular work. You can take even in mechanical engineering, even you can take in EC, triple E, CS. So this comes under in every part, that is the word quality, right? So here with respect to construction quality, certain stages will be there. For example, the main thing is you need to select the materials in a such a way that it should be with a good quality, right? So similarly, with respect to a standard procedure will be there, you know, with respect to that standard procedure only we need to execute that particular work. So then only we can achieve that better quality system in the construction industry. And here certain process will be there in the construction quality process. So certain stages, so each stages will be including how exactly that quality can be achieved, right? So like that we are going to decide, I mean we are going to study about the construction quality here. And then certain inspections will be there. So for to achieve this 100% of quality in any work, so each and every inspection, I mean each and every stages which comes under with this particular inspection. So after completing one stage we need to examine that whether this process is correct or not. So like that certain stages will be there. So for each and every stages will be having certain different inspections, and that inspections makes that particular product or particular work which is satisfied with 100% quality. And then quality control, so how exactly we are going to monitor that quality. And quality assurance, it's like the what the word guarantee, what we can call. So how exactly we are going to achieve that quality, and which are the cost will comes under in quality. So each and every aspects will be studying in this first part of the construction quality. And depends upon this ISO standard. So ISO is nothing but Indian Standard Organization. So here this ISO standards which will be giving a standard procedures to carry out a particular activity or particular work. So according to that ISO standards only we need to follow each and every steps which is comes under in civil engineering aspects, and then we can achieve this 100% quality work in this civil engineering aspects. And here we'll be studying the basic concept or introduction to a concept of total quality management. Actually, this word total quality management, it's like a one particular subject, right? So it's not a module or it's not a concept. It's like we can say it as it is also a one subject in higher studies, that is total quality management. So first, but here we are going to study what is total quality management and how exactly it is related with the civil engineering aspects. Okay, and then here the next part, that is health safety insurance, then that time we are going to study about this introduction to concept of HSE, and which is applicable in the construction part. And then importance of safety in constructions, why we require safety precautions in this safety, that one also we'll be studying. And which are the main important stages which will comes under in the safety part. And we need to consider certain safety measures in certain works. For example, during the excavation part, which are the safety things we are going to be considered. During the explosives, how exactly we are going to take the safety precautions even in drilling and blasting work. And while constructing of roads by using this hot bituminous works, so there how we are going to take the safety part. And while executing different civil engineering works, you require scaffoldings and different platforms, and you require ladder. So in all the aspects, how exactly we are going to follow up these safety things in these aspects. Okay, and here while making the equipment operations also, we are going to take certain safety precautions such that no harm should be developed during that stages to anyone there. And next concept, that is storage of materials. Here also we are going to follow up certain part of the safety things, such that in the storage part of the materials, it should not cause us any damages to the one materials to the other, or from that materials to the surrounding area or to the people. And safety through legislation and safety campaign, and then insurances, different terms and conditions will be there in this safety. So each and every things we are going to study in this module 3. Okay, and then ethics, morals, and values, that how we are going to maintain sound activities in this particular project work, so that how you are going to maintain the work smoothly, since from top management to the bottom management. So how exactly you are going to unite a particular departments, such that through their coordination, I mean lack of coordination, it should not harm that entire part of the project work with respect to a cost as well as time durations. And then you'll be studying the trustworthiness and work ethics and need of engineering ethics. Here engineering ethics, which comes under with the technical parts, and how exactly you are going to maintain that, and which are the process we can see in this engineering ethics. Each and everything we can study in this module 3. And then different professional duties and professional and individual rights. So here in the organization structure, you will be having different rights. First one is with the professional, and second one is with the individual. For example, professional rights is nothing but what, certain you need to follow it properly, like morning 10 we need to come and evening 6 we need to go back. Okay, so that is comes under with this professional rights. And after that, if you want to works out with the extra times and all, so that is comes under with the individual rights. The company people are not supposed to put those particular pressure on you, such that you need to do the extra hours of work. But in civil engineering field, it is most common things we need to forget this rights. And here confidential and proprietary informations and the conflict of interest, confidentiality, and here gifts and bribes will be there. So it's like these all words which will comes under in this construction industry. Gifts and bribes, they are like just the opposite words. Will gifts are nothing but intentionally we need to give, and bribes, it's like intentionally we need to take. It's like what we can call gifts and bribes. It's like we need to take that one forcefully from the different departments, such that that work can be easily passed from one stage to the other stage. And then price fixing, whistleblowing. So these all like technical words which will comes under in the management system. We'll be studying in module 3. And next, module 4, which is purely depends upon the engineering economy, right? So how exactly we need to invest the money, and how exactly we need to spend the money since from starting of the project work till end. So different principles will be there in engineering economics. And concept of micro and macro analysis, it's like major and minor one. And then problem solving and decision making. So with respect to a cost, how exactly the problems will get arised, and how exactly we are going to make a proper decision such that that work should be complete as per the plan. Interest and time value of money. So here these are the most interesting part of this engineering economy, that is interest and time value of money. So many examples will comes, that is with respect to this interest and time value of money. We'll be dealing that one when we are going to study the module 4. And then interest formula for single payment, equal payment, and uniform gradient series. So each and every aspects of this interest formula you can be seen while selection of the equipments, or while selection of any requirements for the project work. And then nominal and effective interest rates, and deferred annuities, and then this capitalized cost. So capitalized cost in the sense the initial cost of this total project, what we can call. So how exactly it is going to be affect this engineering economy, that one also we will study there. And comparison of alternatives. So here comparison of alternatives, that is depends upon this total investment of the money, that comes again describes with present worth, annual equivalent, capitalized and rate of return methods, and minimum cost analysis, and break even analysis. These all terms comes under in this engineering economy. We'll be studying in depth by studying this module 4. And at last, this module 5. So this module 5, so it is purely depends upon this entrepreneurship. So this entrepreneur is nothing but a person who is going to manage each and every activities in a particular project, right? So that one will be studying with the starting part of this entrepreneurship, that is evaluation of the particular concept, and which are the major functions of an entrepreneur, and then the concepts of entrepreneurship. So different concepts will be there, different types of entrepreneurs will be there. So how exactly they are going to carry out the work in a one construction industry, and then which are the different stages will be there in the entrepreneurial process, and different sources of finance for entrepreneur. So here you will be getting the major construction work and minor construction works. So depends upon that investment, how exactly he is going to adjust with respect to the finance. That one also will be studying in this module 5. And here the central and state level of financial institutions. So it's nothing but to become an entrepreneur, you'll be having certain requirements. So that one it will be get decided by this particular members or committee members with respect to the financial institutions. And micro and small and medium enterprises, that usually you have studied, I mean you have heard this word MSME, right? So it's like what the different types of this entrepreneurial stages will be there. So that is comes under with this MSME, and then this TechSoc, KIADB, and KSS IDC, and then DIC, single window agency. They are like this SISI, NSIC, SIDBI, and then KSFC. So you'll be studying these all entrepreneurial stages. I mean, these different schemes, what you can adopt to become an entrepreneur. So that one we'll be studying in this module 5. And then this BPP, that is business planning process. If you want to start a particular business, how exactly you are going to plan that, and which are the major requirements you require for this business planning process, and how much money you need to invest for that particular business. So this one you will be studying before starting any business, right? So many people will be thinking like, they will be planning like, I need to start a particular business. So which business you want to start? Why you want to start the business? What about the demand of that business? And how much initial investment you need to put for that business? And what about the income? And what about the stages which will comes under in that business? Whether it can be there in upcoming years or not. For example, the many business industries in this COVID-19 have developed, have put this mask factories and all, right? So after certain days, might be this corona will go, depends upon this vaccines and all. So that time it is going to be stopped, right? So that time it's again a loss. So we need to start a business such a way that it should be long lasting and it should have a certain income from that. So like that we need to plan. And then marketing plan, how that requirement or demand will be there in the market. And what about the financial plan? I mean, how much money we require to start this business, and project report and feasibility study, guidelines for preparation for the model project report for starting a new venture, right? So before starting any business plans, we need to consider these all aspects, and we'll be studying in depth in the upcoming classes. And introduction to international entrepreneurship opportunities, if you want to start a particular business out of our country, so that time you need to have a certain objectives and goals to start the business in international level. Okay, and then this project report and it's over. And then this entry into the international businesses and exporting our own products from one country to the other countries, and then direct foreign investment and venture capital. So each and every studies which will comes under the national level business and even in the international levels. So that one will be studying in module 5. Okay, so this is up to what the total modules, 5 modules will be having these all informations. And after studying this course, you will be able to prepare a project plan. I mean, first we have studied about the objectives, and after the objectives they are the goals. And after studying these all 5 modules, you will be able to prepare a particular project plan that is based upon the requirements, and prepare the schedule of a project by understanding the activities and their sequences. So you'll be studying different sequences here. Okay, and you'll come to know that after finishing one activity, which activity is about to come, how we need to decide the resources, how we need to decide the total durations for that. So each and everything we'll be studying after completing this course. And they understands the labor output, equipment efficiency to allocate the resources which are required for an activity, and then this project to achieve the desired quality as well as the safety. So how exactly you are going to maintain the quality and safety aspects in the construction industry, that one also you'll be able to complete. And then the analyzes the economics of alternatives and evaluate benefits and profits of a construction activity, that is based upon the monetary value and the time value. Depends upon the time and money you will be analyzing. I mean, you will be able to select these alternatives. Okay, and then which establishes an ethical entrepreneur and establish an enterprise utilizing the provisions which are offered by the federal agencies. So that is purely depends upon this entrepreneurship, which includes the different businesses. And as you all know that the question paper pattern, so you'll be having 10 questions which can carry this equal marks, and each full of questions will be having 20 marks each. And it's not like your seniors now, this is as per your own 18 scheme, how exactly it is going to be conduct, the same thing they will be following. And then you can refer the different textbooks here. So that is PC Tripathi will be there, and Chitkara will be there. So Chitkara you can refer it, it's good. And then Purnimayam Charantimat, so that book also you can refer. So there are you can refer anyone among these list. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can put a message in the chat list and you can ask the doubt. Yes, please. So as you all know that I will be your class teachers. So if you want any informations regarding classes, regarding anything, you can contact me. And okay, so whether this today's class is feasible, can even say, or you can put a message such that I can go through with that. Amartya, yes sir. Yes, thank you, Amartya. If you have any queries regarding these subjects, or regarding how exactly which will be helpful in the engineering aspects, that one if you want to ask, you can ask. I'll be having 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes I will be waiting. If you want any queries, you can put a message here, or you can directly you can ask also. So kindly you can give the attendance by your name and USN in the chat box. Give only once, that is name as well as this USN. So you'll be having 2 minutes of time just to give the attendance. Madhusudan, I told you to give your name and USN there. I can't delete this again. Clear? And I suggest everyone from fifth semester, kindly use your own Gmail account. I mean your own name with which will be having that particular name, or else something else will be there. That names and all you need to be very careful. So when you are working with the professional, or when you are studying with the academic part, so you should use your own name instead of that suffix and prefix. Komal. So kindly you can change your name there. Easily you can change it also. And who is this Befikr Banda? Can you please tell your name, Mister? Not there, I think. Abhishek surname? Abhishek Patil. Abhishek Patil, you can change your name. Yes, we'll wind up this session for today's class. And if any queries you can ask here also, or after this session also you can ask me. No problem with that. Okay. Thank you one and all for being a part of this today's session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. It's fine. It's fine. I can understand that you are telling me thanks. It's fine. Thank you very much. You can disconnect the call. I will wait 2 more minutes so that the students can give the attendance. Abhishek Patil, are you there? You can unmute it if you are speaking, or else I can't hear you. Others, they are present or not? Rohit Patil, are you there? Rasha, Omkar Bhovi, Rohit Patil, are you there? Or you just kept the cell phone and went out? You can unmute it and you can speak. Yes, yes. Thanks, Rohit. You can disconnect the call. I saw your message. Yes, Rasha. Something wrong?
Yes, Soman.
Yes, you can share whatever the.
No, sir.
It's fine. Have you put the attendance list there? I mean, just name and USN. You can do that.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you have done, just you can disconnect the call. Rani, you can disconnect the call, ma. Abhishek, Abhishek Patil, are you there? ಅಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಾ ಅದು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ ಕೇಳಿಸಲ್ಲ ಹಾ ಅಭಿ ಕೇಳ್ಸಕತ್ತದ ಹಲೋ ಎಲ್ಲದಿರಿ ಆರಾಮದಿರಿಲ್ಲ ಊಟ ಆಗೈತಪ್ಪ ಏನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನಡ್ದದ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಡ್ದದ ಆರಾಮಿರಿಪ್ಪ ಒಟ್ಟ ಏ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಭಿ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್